Okay, so quick intuitive word while I'm here on the rooftop, because Spirit was like, record this video, do it on this phone, even if it's not your normal one, because the collective could really benefit from this intuitive integration. And I love how I say that, and like the wind is literally picking up. I hear an airplane, stuff is doing more. So things are coming in, stuff is landing. However, we are being guided to essentially we have to land the plane of our blessings. Essentially, a lot of these incoming gifts and blessings, like the good things we want to come from all of this astrological weather, if you will, the eclipses, the moons. And by the way, this is timeless. So even if this finds you outside of those periods, it's reaching you because you've been doing a lot of intentional change, at least bringing that in, calling the universe in to support you and moving forward. Okay, so now that the criteria is there, if you're still with me, hopefully you're still resonating and checking in. Spirit is like, in order to land the plane of your blessings, it's going to be, here's the thing, the plane is a mode of transportation. And we've got to make sure we're guiding this plane essentially towards the blessings in life and lifestyle we want, not allowing our focus and a past version of self to either reroute that plane, derail that plane, or even change up the journey like somehow magically. Now, I know this is a little bit of a messy metaphor, so bear with me. Now, what Spirit has been bringing up for me, example, now being back in Mexico and back home, is figuring out, okay, how are you going to show up in this space and be consistent with the habits and practices that you have been working on, that you've been developing and reflecting on these last few weeks while traveling and essentially going through a big purge and big reflection period. There are distractions and temptations to be distracted here in this familiar environment, as well as a bit of a comfort zone effect that is seeking to keep, basically, I don't want to say, you could say keep, but I don't want to sound like a victim or anything like that, and no shade, but it's like, there's energies, there's distractions, there are things, opportunities inviting me at best, keeping me at worst vibrationally, as a version I already am, and at a version that, while I'm grateful for, it isn't inherently moving the needle forward. It isn't inherently as consistent with showing up for myself at the highest and optimal vibration, as well as not helping me show up for the habits and practices that are really helping me build and sustain my dream life. So to give an example, using myself, for example, I've been working to show up more consistently online, putting out these intuitive messages, these channels, and trusting that is what is coming to and through me is not only, helping me, it is of value to the people who tune in. It is offering encouragement. It is offering insight. And don't give up based off of, views, likes, things of that nature. Like, stay really patient and consistent with it, especially because I have been blessed to actually receive, positive feedback, some comments, some messages from people letting me know it was heard, it was received, and did provide them with benefit. So Spirit is also like, do not sleep on those. Even if it's simply one comment, one like, one view, you're being heard and you're being received. Don't give up on yourself or the dream. Now, with that, the environment has shifted. I've moved physically again, moved back to where I was, after being weeks away and getting into that rhythm. Now the test is being here in my home environment, this home space, the space that had the most recent old version of me that I am outgrowing and evolving out of. Now it is up to me to continue being this newer, more optimal version of myself in this older space, in this older environment. So with that, not only was I guided, of course, especially upon homecoming, clean and cleanse the space, both literal cleaning as well as spiritual and energetic cleansing, using incense, using herbs. I really use a lot of frequencies and prayers as well. I do a whole combination of things because that's what feels good for me and what I feel guided to do. So follow what's in alignment with, your soul, your intuition, and your traditions and your cultures. But definitely baseline, energetic cleansing right now, and possibly even doing this, I want to say, always consistently, but I'm going to say as you're really trying to step in these habits, if you're feeling resistance and showing up, you may want to do like cleansing daily for X amount of days, right? Because some rituals are days long rituals, right? Where even some of the same steps repeat. So for example, if you're doing a sage clearing and cleansing, you might do sage clearing cleansing one day. Maybe the next day you're guided to Palo Santo. Maybe the next day you're guided to use just your incense. Maybe the next day you're going to do all three. Whatever it is, be consistent in clearing out your space, particularly when you're feeling resistance in showing up for these goals and habits and this newer version of self that you have been stepping into. Also, feel free to kind of shift, try something new in your space, whether that means moving the furniture around if you can, or if you're somebody like me, where example, one of the big goals these practices is me recording the content, putting the videos out, being of service, putting myself out there so people can receive spirit and the word as well as, connect with me. Spirit was like, if the other spaces of recording videos weren't really giving you as much like motivation or inspiration, the ooh-ah sensation, try a different one. And moreover, Spirit's also been encouraging us to get a lot more fresh air and be out in nature more, grounding all of this. I'm not the only intuitive who's been on here saying this. And people always say it, of course. I know it's not inherently novel. It's not that we're pursuing novelty when we channel these messages per se. Our intention really is vibrational relevance, utility, and understandability. Like, my goal isn't here to be like giving something completely new, although it is really dope when that comes through. It's more so, what is Spirit highlighting right now for where you're at when you receive this transmission to get to your next layer and level, to get to the higher vibration and frequency that is in alignment with you, to reach the next part of your soul fulfillment and soul actualization. For me, they had me come up here on the rooftop just to get fresh air and get out of the box. Because for a lot of us indoor cats, we are being pushed to get more fresh air. Spirit is saying you need to start going on walks during the week again and getting back into an intentional habit of walking outside and breathing deep. And I'm like, all right, I feel that. Yet today, after the traveling still, I'm feeling super lethargic and tired. And I'm like, Spirit, I didn't get out for the walk-in time, and it looks like there's been drizzles, it might rain, I don't want to get caught out in the thunderstorm, yada yada yada. So they're like, all right, well then you better bring your butt up to the roof and you better breathe this fresh air, and you better look up at the mountains, you better look up at the sky, you better look up at the clouds and breathe and allow your nervous system to recalibrate and stop letting the anxiety that was coming around you being trapped indoors in the old environment try to basically deceive you into thinking things haven't changed or nothing's really changed or you haven't really leveled up when you have. So to kind of put this all together in a more sensible way and not just leave this as an intuitive rant, which I also enjoy, get fresh air, even if it's going to the window, to the rooftop. A walk would be ideal. Like walking, being out in nature, immersion, the more immersed you can be in nature, the better, especially the sooner to when the anxiety or the doubt or the procrastination that feels like debilitating is coming up and coming through. Cleanse and clear your spaces, cleanse and clear your environment. And if it doesn't feel like enough with the one, then maybe it's not a one and done. Maybe making that more of a daily practice and ritual, especially if you're pushing out really older versions of self that really have rooted into that space. It's not just about clearing out negative energy sometimes. Sometimes it's about letting obsolete and outdated energy, letting go of that with care and with love is what's coming through. So I'm definitely being guided to say, put a lot of love and care into all these practices that you're leaning into. And never forget, progress over perfection. It's okay if not everything is as refined. I mean, I'm not here with, my good mic on, so you're going to get all the background sounds. We're going to see what this is. But Spirit was like, show up, persevere, overcome that perfectionist beast or that limiting energy that seeks to hold you back, always needing the perfect thing, the perfect setup, the perfect moment to make progress. And then you end up getting nothing. Or moving nowhere, getting nothing done, so to speak. Spirit's like, go for it. Do a little something. Take a chance. Try something new. Move the space. Freshen up your environment. Freshen up yourself. And stay on it. Don't give up. Continue showing up as the you that you are becoming, the I am of your dreams and your intentions. All right, I'm Dill Divine, and I'll be back soon.